what's happening at Ewetopia Farms today.
That's very attractive, Luther. We can see you got a nice set of teeth on you.
Are you turning into a real life sheep? It took you a little while. In my experience, brothers are not identical. Usually we find wide head, wide body. Sheep would put a lot of bulls to shame. Ram here, look at how wide, all the way through. So let's get started. And look ahead of me, there's Scotty waiting. Hi, Scotty. Hi, where's your little sidekick? Hi. Oh, there you are. You guys are always hanging out together. You're a good father figure for Pippi. Hi, Pippi. Hi, Scotty. Hi, Pippi. Oh, you two are such a nice pair. Scotty, you look after Pippi, okay? Because he's just a little fella. I don't think, like Scotty's a seasoned warrior at this farm. He's been here a long time. But Pippi doesn't like to stray from the barn too much. And I'm glad he doesn't because, to be honest, an owl or a hawk would probably pick him up in no time because he really is tiny. Oh my goodness. I can't pet you when you're rolling because you're dangerous at that point. Yes, you are. You're a little dangerous. And here's Mike too. Mike's out here. Hi, Mike. Pippi, you're so small. I'm going to step on you, sweetheart. It's kind of hard to get things done because... Oh, that was a nice roll you did, Mike. Hi. Hi there. You're beautiful too. You just got to learn to come up a little bit. My goodness. Oh, and we have Slade here. He always waits for his breakfast too, and he's kind of a bossy one. There he goes. I swear he wants to be a friend, but he's afraid, so he hisses all the time. Hi, how you doing? How you doing, Slade? Are you a good boy? Scotty, I'll get your food, and I'll get yours too. My goodness. There. Let's zoom out. There we go. There. This is Scotty's spot. Are you going to go in Scotty's spot? Hey, hi. Hi. Slade. These guys eat in here, so you don't need to be hissing. This is their spot. My goodness. Oh, Mike, you're so nice too. Yeah, you are. Would you like to be a friend? You look like you'd be a friend. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Yeah, you're nice. Okay, the plague has been fed. Hi, Mike. You got your spot there? Slade's gone. Once I have food at all the feed stations, Slade comes to the back here to eat by himself. He doesn't like all the kittens around him. Hey, buddy. Do you have a pile of food up there? You can go up. See, in that light you can see that he's not actually black. He's just a really dark gray. My goodness, you're very pretty though. You're a little frightened. So we're just gonna head and do the chores in here. Just check them salt mineral feeders. Make sure that water is clean because again we're back into high humidity, so it's very warm and sticky. It feels more like August than, what is it? It's almost October now. It's the end of September. That's Knock-It at the Drinker. Hi, girls. And over here, well, it looks like Luther here has got his lip curled up. Must be checking a girl out. That's very attractive, Luther. We can see you got a nice set of teeth on you. Good boy. Okay, I'm going to walk around now and get my chores done in this barn, and then we'll head over to the coveralls. We've got somebody coming to buy a ram shortly, so things are moving that way as well. And because it's hot and humid in here, I just did chores in all these barns at the back. And this is the reason we don't like these old barns very much, and especially the concrete floors, because the ammonia, like the smell from the ammonia, because there's no wind today, it's just really, really stinky in here today. So luckily it cools at night, and we have all the windows open, but like I say, it's humid and no wind. I'm gonna see if I can convince Arnie to put a fan in here, because it's gross. In my opinion, it's gross. The reason I mentioned the concrete floors is because the sand or the gravel floors drain a bit, whereas the concrete floors hold all the moisture, so it sinks into the bedding pack, but the urine doesn't have a chance to escape, and that's what causes the ammonia smell. So today I'm making sure the drinkers are extra clean. I always scoop them out, but on super hot days like this, or even when it's really cold, I want the sheep to make sure that they're drinking. So today I'm doing a super scrub down on them. And that was little mister, who was just at the drinker. Now he's looking at my salt and mineral holders, and he's eating food. He's turning into a real live sheep now. Hi, are you turning into a real live sheep? It took you a little while. I didn't have to pull you out of the feeder today. I caught you drinking water. You go out to graze with all your buddies. Oh my goodness, you're a sheep. Hi, are you a sheep too? You never had an issue. Okay, since we're waiting for someone to pick up a ram, maybe it's a good time to talk about rams. Oh, and here he is again in the feeder. This ram had stopped jumping in the feeder. Actually, we thought we sold him to somebody, but I guess since this ram's in here, it's got to be the same one. So we must have sold the wrong one. So I'll gotta get him out before they get here. I don't know why he does it. But I guess we'll talk about breeding stock and selecting rams. These are the little guys. These guys are too young to breed right now. They're from the straggler group. There's probably one in here that we're gonna call out, and it's gonna be this guy. He's just not up to snuff. These three are actually all above average. I think this guy's from Hamish. This guy's from Hilton. Hi, sweetheart. He's the one I trimmed the other day. And this guy, I think, is from Hannibal. Hannibal or Felon? Can't remember. But these three are really nice. So we're just going to hold them up and grow them out as we do. Or sell them if people come later in the season. Or they want to buy them now and they want to breed later. That's totally up to them. But what we're looking for in the rams that we select as breeding stock, first of all, we're going to look at their conformation, because that's the thing that sets the whole sheep, and that's why this little guy is no good. So maybe it's easier to show why he's no good, because it's for us, and people disagree on this, he's too narrow at the shoulders. He doesn't flow through all the way. He's coming in at the shoulders. Some people prefer a wedge, so they might like him better. He's really wide on the back end. But he's, and of course, yeah, these two are brothers, and they're extremely tame. And that's why people for marketing, I'm going to go on the other side of the gate so maybe I can talk better. Come on, over this way. This way. Don't come around the gate with me. People will say, oh, this is brother to so-and-so. You need to buy him because the brother was a champion and this is full brother. Doesn't matter. Full brother does not matter. The genetics may be the same, but how they turned out can be totally different. And it's a funny thing that people use as a marketing ploy to get people to pay a lot of money for sheep, because in my experience, brothers are not identical. You could be lucky and have 2 humdingers off of one, for sure, but you can equally have 1 humdinger and one that's just pitiful. So before you pick a sheep based on his brother was champion, have a look at the sheep, because it doesn't mean anything. So you're looking for them standing on their tippy toes. I thought this would be an easy thing to show you, but of course our sheep are too friendly, so they get in your face, so we can't get a good look at them. And this guy just became friendly, the one that I sheared off. I think he liked the shearing job, and now his tail's in the air, you see, because he's friendly. But for him now, because he's standing quietly, you can see he's as wide at the front as he is at the back. We like to see that. He's built like a coffee table, like I tell people, longer than he is tall. He's got a nice wide head here, so maybe he has a bit of intelligence. Usually we find wide head, wide body. Whether that's true or not could be a myth, but we do find a correlation there. So head is important. While we're talking about head, we're looking at head style for the different breeds. So Suffolks, you want the long ears with a little curl on his tip, see? Ideally you want their ears to reach the corner of their mouth, which his does. These are not things that are going to affect commercial people, but if you're a purebred breeder, you're going to look for breed characteristics. Okay, see how he has a little hook on his elbow at the back? You can see it when he's walking there. He's got a little hook. You can tell that his leg bends at the elbow. You want that bend, and see how he's standing? He stopped all on his own, not in a show ring, and his legs are all nicely spaced. He's got that hook right there. You want that. This part of the knee going down to the bottom is basically straight. You don't want it on an angle facing this way too much. That would be called sickled legged. And if he doesn't have that little hook on the elbow, a lot of sheep will have it just go straight down. That's called post-legged, and you don't want that either. And their pasterns, it's hard to see here because there's some bedding pack, not a lot, but here you can see his toes. See how they're straight up in the air, where his toe is, right there to the pastern, which there's a little knob there just a couple inches above their toes. That's their pastern. So you want them to be as high up on their pasterns as possible. There you can see it really well there. He's really good on his pasterns. The reason you want them more on their tippy toes is because when they get heavier, the body mass presses down on those feet and they'll actually become flat-footed. Our ram Sheriff, he went flat-footed when he got older. We don't have him anymore. We shipped him, and we kept some sons who weren't flat-footed. Because if they're flat-footed, it just makes walking difficult. It's probably painful. And yeah, you don't want that. So legs are very important. Testicles are extremely important too with rams because they're breeding a lot of ewes. And you may notice that when you see rams as opposed to bulls, cow bulls, sheep would put a lot of bulls to shame. They are really well endowed. So if you see one that's not well endowed, it's probably one to steer away from. Now this guy, again as an example, is a good example because his testicles are quite large, round, even. They're well attached to his body, so they're not dangling down past his knees. Some rams will get really dangly and dangled almost down to their pasterns. You don't want that either. Like, you don't want them too small. And I got one that's got small testicles that's we're gonna have to ship, and I'll show you him. But you want a good size on them. You don't want them dangling, and today's a very hot day. So when it's hot, they tend to dangle a bit more. But you can see with these little guys, they're not dangling at all. They're nice and round. They're nice and even. If they're dangling, they may have a lot of sperm and stuff, but they can injure themselves. Like literally, a ram can be laying down, and actually when he goes to get up, if they're too long, he can actually stand on them and hurt himself. So you don't want that trait. You want a nice tight ram. So you want their backs to be nice and straight. It's very common to have either a hollow behind the shoulders or an arch in the back that create the hollow look. So you want them flat on top. Again, that just supports their whole structure and frame and gives them longevity. You want them longer than they are tall, in my opinion, because we don't want sheep that are too tall, because the really tall ones are just not easy keepers. They require a lot more food and give you the same kind of results, so not profitable sheep. You want them nice and wide between the two elbow joints there, so that yes, they can have room for the testicles to be nice and round, and that also that they can have a good udder if they were a ewe, because you're looking for the same traits. Ewes and rams. My goodness, you guys, it's so hard to explain things with you in my face like this. My goodness, you're just too friendly. Depth. You'll hear people talk about depth, and that's behind the shoulders. It's so from the top of his shoulders all the way back to the end of his rib cage. You want the top to there to be kind of the same distance, like a box, and that would be depth of rib. And the reason you want that nice and deep is because that's where his organs are. So that's how he's going to, if it's a ram, where he's going to get a strong heart, strong lungs, like room for big, strong organs in there, stomach and all that stuff. You want the same thing. So a lot of sheep, if you look closely between their shoulder and their armpit, it will tuck up, and that's not a good trait, because they don't have the depth of rib. They're pulling up underneath. So even this guy here that I don't like, he has pretty well all those qualities. Except he's a bit wedgy at the front. Again, if he's wedgy at the front, you're taking away from that, the organ development, the high capacity. And this guy, he's wide at the back, but he's gone to the point where he's actually a little bow-legged. I don't know if you can tell. Come on, buddy. Well, he's standing fine there. But when he walks, his toes, instead of being even with his shoulders, walking like that, his toes want to curve in, making him appear bow-legged a bit. Maybe that's something he would grow out of, because he's only 3 months old, but there you can see that. See how the legs are toeing in, the feet, whereas say the Suffolk beside him is not. But when he stands, he looks perfect. And that's why people will want to see the sheep walking as well, because at a glance he looks perfectly fine, that little guy. But I just noticed when he was walking, he wasn't walking how I like to see them walk. So that's why we kept these guys, and the same goes for the adult rams. These are lambs, and because they're growing still, the slightest problem they have, like they get sick from worms or heat, they're not eating enough, or they get bashed by another ram and so they're out of commission for a little while. Anything that puts them out of commission for a while and they have to recover can affect their growth in the long term as a ram, like a mature ram, like the ones on the other side. And just the growth factor alone, like, you know how kids have growth spurts, the lambs do too. Right now, this group is kind of at the level stage, but then they'll have another growth spurt in a few months, probably when it gets cooler. And at that point, they can fall apart too. One part of them might grow faster than the other, so they might form a dippy back. They might start popping down on their pasterns if they're gaining weight too quickly, things like that. So that's why in general we don't recommend breeding with a ram lamb unless you have no choice. Better to start with a yearling. After a year old, they've reached their full height, and from a year to 2 years old, what they'll do is they'll thicken. So basically you'll know what you're getting. So this is a yearling ram. This is the guy who did the acrobatics the other day. He's an RR Dorset ram. He's a little taller because I'm not sure who he's from, but I'm guessing he's from one of our big boys, Gimli, Ferdinand, one of those guys. But he is still longer than he is tall, and he's very wide. And you can see his testicles are dangling a little bit. And the rams, if you go in this pen, you'll see a lot of dangles, because the adult rams seem to feel the heat a lot more. So with them, because they're all looking pretty dangly right now, I would come and check them on a hot day, because I know all the rams in here are not dangly, but right now they're trying to get as much airflow to them as possible, and that's why that's happening. We have to choose our breeding rams this year, and looking at the back here, I'm guessing even someone who doesn't know sheep can tell you here who has the better behind. So you can see really nice testicles here, all of them. We find rams generally go down to their knees when they're mature, but you don't want them going past their knees to their pasterns, like I said. But this ram here, look at how wide all the way through. He's a little taller, which we don't tend to want to go, but look at the width on him. Great testicles. He's great on his legs, and that's Monty. So I'm thinking we're going to use Monty, because Monty, I checked his records. You'll see it a little further on in the video if you stay on and watch. We do a little talk about Monty. He's not related to very many of our sheep. So in the next breeding group that we're going to put together, I think we're set on Monty. And where is he? Because we spent so much money, we're gonna use not you, don't hit me. And he's a hitter. And Arnie's not here. This is Quincy. We are not gonna use him. Get out. I don't like that behavior. Go on. This guy's got a bad attitude too. Not too happy with Quincy. He's fantastic body and stuff. Up on the drinker, because he actually frightens me, because he's a very heavy ram and he has a bad attitude. But he looks perfect from a distance, but he fell down on his pastern. Like flat-footed, really bad. We thought we were going to use him, but then anyway, because didn't seem to pass on too much to any of his lambs. But I don't like his attitude even, so he's out. His half-brother, Hilton, is in. He's the one we paid a lot of money for at the show. He's up on his pasterns, and he's maintained his condition. He's really deep ram. He's right here, really deep. He's not as long as our sheep, but he is long, and everything's set up on him right. He's got the capacity, he's got the good stuff we're looking for, and he's not related to a lot of our sheep right now. So we need 2 rams. Instead of using a ram lamb, we'll wait and hold that knockout and glad ram back for ourselves for use next year, and we'll make use of these 2 older boys who are still young rams this year. So I'm guessing, could change, but I'm guessing we're on for Hilton and Monty. And they're both RRs, which is what we're looking for as well. And they're good on breed type. Monty's fault is that his ears are a little short. If anyone's going to have short ears, it's a ram, but Monty has shorter ears. That's his fault. So for a Suffolk breeder, they may not like him unless their ewes have really long ears, because if your ewes have really long ears, it usually balances out and you won't even notice it in the offspring. So it's not a huge problem. But that's what we're going to do with these guys. I'm going to run to the feeder. There's Hilton there. He's got a huge depth of rib. I actually am not in love with how he looks, because I always say he looks like a buffalo. But he's not related. He's our we spent a lot for him, and everything's in the right place. He's just, to me, he's weird looking. But whereas Glad, there he is. Glad is perfect in every way. Oh, Glad, you're wonderful. Hilton doesn't seem to want to hit me. That Quincy's a nasty bugger, though. Okay. Hi, you're lovely. You are really lovely. I lost track of where Quincy is, so I'm gonna run to the feeder, get out of here. Oh, I wanted to show small testicles. This big guy, unicorn guy, you'd expect him to have massive testicles because he's our biggest ram in here, and he has the smallest. I've seen way worse. But at our farm, our sheep they're really well endowed. And so we don't want to go down that road. Now I'm going to try get this guy, who's also a really nice sheep, the one that goes in the feeder. He's built perfect. He's one of our yearlings. Not sure who he is. But got to get him out and back in with these big boys. Hi, Felon. You're a sweetheart. Felon's starting to show his age. He's got a few lumps, and he's having a hard time maintaining his condition, so he's officially retired now too. Yeah, you're just gonna stay here and live out your days, buddy. Hi, Monty. You're a sweetheart. You are. Hi, buddy. You are a sweetheart. Lonnie's a big guy, but never. See how you can see Felon's showing his age now. And the younger boys are taking over the job. Hey, Monty. But it's hard when you got sheep who are so friendly that just are in your face constantly to explain all this stuff, but that's the story. Here's another one of our rams. He's really nice too. I don't even know who these guys are anymore, but he's actually really nice. I'm going to go see who he is. Hi, Ferdinand. What number are you, buddy? Not a friendly one? Yeah, I can't see his number. We only use our RR rams, so he'll be a QR. And what number are you, bud? Can't see it. But he's a fantastic ram for anyone looking for a Suffolk ram. Really, really nice guy. this every single day. You know better. And the reason we don't like him in the feeder is because he's going to poop and pee in it. But he knows. And then he goes right to the gate too. He's a little too smart for his own good. I'll put this up so he doesn't get back in. But he can literally jump over all those gates. Like, I don't know how he does it. No, don't. We don't want you in. There we go. So he just walks right back in. No, you can't come out, Ferdinand. It's a little hot, isn't it, buddy? It's really hot. Sorry. We've had cool weather beautiful cool weather for about a week. And so when it goes scorching hot again, the sheep feel it really easily. Luckily, this group is all sheared. We're still waiting for the ewe lambs to get sheared. Okay, so they wanted to pick him up in a dog crate, and I said it probably wouldn't be big enough, so they said they'd bring their trailer. And these are the problems I have all the time. That trailer on the road with one little lamb in there is going to be really scared, I think. Oh, man. We had visitors from out by Jacob's and neck of the wood. And they've just backed up their scary trailer here. I told them to put boards on next time so that the sheep don't get scared. But they've chosen a twin ram lamb from Fallon. He's extremely friendly. I don't know why. He's not a bottle baby or anything like that, but I guess he's taken after his dad. Don't let him jump over, because he's going to want to run back. So he's obviously extremely calm ram. I'm guessing he's going to be just like his dad. Hi, sweetheart. There he goes. I can't believe how friendly he is. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, you're a good boy. My God, why is he so quiet?
It's the father. It's the father. The father's it's probably the quietest ram we had. Never, always talking.
Very, very unbelievably calm.
He'll do way better.
Usually you would expect him going berserk in there. That's what I thought when I first saw that trailer. I thought, oh, he's going to panic. He's actually being a really good boy. Yep. So he's about to leave. I've never honestly seen a sheep this quiet before. He's not a pet or anything. Yeah, he might be a little bit slippery. Sorry, buddy. Oh, that could be scary, eh? Oh, if it were me, I would never send a sheep on its own in a thing that didn't have boards up around the side. You want airflow, but you don't. They get security from, the boards. You don't want to see things flying by you when you've never seen anything like that before. So we've told them to take the back roads. Get too far. Arnie had them blocked in. Apparently we have Monty out here. I don't know how he got Monty on a leash because he's never been on a halter before. It's pretty miraculous when Monty will go on a leash without ever having been trained. Like, never. He's never been to a show. But he's always been a bit of a pet with his baby ba. Monty! So you're thinking of using Monty again this year? Why does he look so different? Hi, Monty. Hi. Why do you look a little bit different? Hi. You sure that's Monty? Hi, baby. Hi.
You still got that cry yet?
Hi. You do have a baby, ba? Hi, Monty.
You can ask your viewers if you think we should use them. Honey?
Yep.
What do people think? Monty.
It's Monty.
Monty.
Hi, Monty. How you doing? Are you feeling okay? Do you like to be in a breeding group? Oh, Monty, you still got a baby ba. You do, because you're a little special. I'm gonna go check your pedigree to see how related you are. I know. You're just a baby, that's why. Hi, you're a good boy. I'd give you an apple if I had one, but I don't. Yeah, I would give you an apple. We can use you. His legs look good. He's right up on his tippy toes. And good. He's kept his condition pretty good.
Well, they should be heavier. But
No,
chafing a little bit.
but you want him to breed. You don't want him fat.
Put a good neck on them like that.
Hi, sweetheart. I'm fine with using Monty.
Oh,
I'm gonna run upstairs, check who the dad is. I swear it might be Jordan, and then we haven't had the Jordan ram for. Really, Artie? What did you do? Oh, it's just a mean thing to do, isn't it, Monty? Monty. Put his legs back. Now he's in all these awkward positions. Hi, you're a baby. Hi there. Hi there. You can't capture how big his head is. Hi there. Are you feeling okay? You look like you'd like to be in a breeding group next week. Sounds good to me. Kitten are our ram and Monty's our. He is our. I'm just gonna double check his pedigree. We have so many rams that I forget. But if he's from our Jordan ram, we can safely use him and probably Hilton.